Hi everyone, I'm Anna Kachikian, and this is the first ever The Armenian Report live podcast. The Armenian Report is an extension of the Anna Report, and the Anna Report was created 3 years ago. It's a live show where we discuss dating and relationships, and it is predominantly men, but it's by no means it's a live show for men. Women are welcome. We go live every Wednesday for the Anna Report at 6 p.m. Pacific and 9 p.m. Eastern, so be sure to tune in for the Anna Report then. As for the Armenian Report was created for the people, by the people. When the Armenian Revolution happened, early this year in April, beginning of April, I have a degree in journalism, and I took notice that none of the major media outlets were covering the revolution. So I did. And when I began to cover it, I was covering it for my non-Armenians on Instagram, on Facebook, because I thought they don't have access to it. And I've been so just hit upside the head by the immense interest by young Armenians around the world. I mean, so many Armenians, thousands from all like Brazil, Argentina, all over America, you name it, Canada, Russia, Australia, like all over have reached out, and I realized, holy cow, there is interest. There are Armenians our age who care, who want to know what's happening back home in Armenia. Even though they were born and raised in other parts of the world, they're still curious about what's happening. They want to see a new Armenia be built. They want to go back. They want to visit. And so I thought, I'm not alone. So the Armenian Report was created. And then you have people like Audri's mom who reach out to me and would say, my daughter is half Armenian and she's on NBC's The Voice. And I was like, oh my God. So because it's her father it's her mother who's Armenian, so she doesn't have an Armenian last name, we would never know watching The Voice that Audri's Armenian unless they mention it. Well, why would NBC mention that, right? And so I thought we need to talk to people like this, because I know for sure that when you watch a movie, you watch a TV show, and you look at the credits and you see that IAN and that YAN, you're like, oh my God. But there are people, there's half the population, like Audri Bartholomew, who doesn't have the Bartholomew on, right? So we would never know that she was Armenian. So we need a platform like this for people like Audri and other Armenians, where we can talk to them and like, hey, that's so cool. We have an Armenian on The Voice. What? That's awesome. So with that said, the Armenian Report was created finally, and I've got my soorj. So today's live broadcast is actually brought to you by soorj.com. It's Henry's House of Coffee, and if you have seen my Instagram, you'll know that I'm very excited about going back to Armenian coffee, because I don't drink coffee. So there's Armenian decaf that I can have thanks to soorj.com. And I've been actually having Armenian coffee every single night. My mom has been reading my cup, and she sees a bird in it every night. So all you professionals, please DM me, let me know what a bird means in your coffee cup. And of course I had to get my Dukhov super cheesy coffee cup. Oh, my lip stains right there. Anyways, so grab your soorj and join this talk, because I've got Audri Bartholomew joining us live, and I want to talk to her. But here's how it's gonna work. This is how this live show is gonna work. Okay? This one and the next one after, moving forward. Here's how we're gonna do this. I have not spoken to Audri for more than max 3 minutes. I intentionally did not talk to her because I want her and I want to talk to her for the first time with the live audience. So as you're watching, I want you guys to be a part of the conversation just as much as I am a part of the conversation, which is why I encourage everyone to always tune in live, because it's more fun to watch things live. If you've ever joined a live show, it's far more fun to watch this live. So I'm going to bring Audri on. Again, she's 19 years old. She's on NBC's The Voice, and that's all I know, and she's half Armenian, so we're gonna find out everything about Audri. So I'm gonna bring Audri on. Hold on, let's see if we could do it like this. Now let's meet her.
Hello!
Hi, Audri.
How are you?
Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
You've launched the Armenian Report,
Oh,
my
yes,
lady.
let's go. I don't have my soorj, but I have my Jude. Okay, let's go.
That's great. I love that. I don't have my suit, but I have my dude. Sorry, not to take that in. That rhymed, and that was really good.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Well, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
This is major.
I know, it's crazy.
And so I'm gonna keep an eye out on the questions from people as they're coming through. Okay. And so like Hector's saying, hi Adriana, welcome.
Hello, Hector.
And so when people have questions, I want them to participate in the Q&A as well. But first of all, introduce yourself. Like I said, all I know is you're 19, you're on The Voice, and your mom is Armenian.
Yes.
Where did your story begin until you landed on The Voice?
Okay. So I was born in Pasadena, California. My mom is obviously Armenian. Hiripsime Pachanian's her maiden name, so I obviously didn't get that part because my dad is black. So yeah, growing up in Pasadena was great. There was a lot of Armenians. It was a lot of family that I could talk to and, you know, communicate. I went to Armenian school as a kid, so I was always, you know, learning.
Which school did you go to?
Honestly, I don't remember. It was somewhere in Altadena, but yeah, I don't remember. Okay. But yeah, so I was always like learning Armenian fables and things like that. And then when we moved to the Midwest a few years ago, there was like no.
So how old were you? Because a few years ago you were young.
Yeah.
Because you're only 19.
Yeah. I was 15. It was my sophomore year of high school that we moved. So
okay.
It was just like a culture shock, like being around all this diversity in California, which is one thing I really love about California. And then going to a place that really has none. So it was really hard.
So what would you say is predominantly I've never been to the Midwest.
Yeah.
So I don't. So what is it like? What was like? Because you know, this is where I grew up, right? I grew up in Glendale, which is like the parent, you know, their neighboring cities.
Yeah.
So how what's the difference? Like, what would I experience?
So my high school, just to like kind of put in perspective, in like the Midwest was like 95% white. So there was like not a lot of diversity there. And finding Armenians, you have to like really venture out to like more Illinois side to actually find some Armenians. But as far as like surrounding, there really weren't any. So a lot of it was like in my house, just like talking with my thought and like practicing my Armenian.
Gotcha. How much has your mom being Armenian influenced and shaped you?
I think it influenced me a lot. I think even growing up in America, they made like a big point in making sure that I stayed true to my roots and making sure that I was always practicing my Armenian. My grandma taught me how to read, write, and speak. So I've always just made sure that I'm keeping in touch with that. That way, when I have kids, I have something to teach them as well about our culture.
But how much has that changed you and influenced you? Like, you know, what sort of things has it instilled in you that is made you a better person, or maybe made you a worse person? I don't know.
No. So I think it's taught me a lot about having courage and like being persistent, because as an Armenian people, we've suffered, you know, obviously a lot of pain as a country, and to be able to go through that and not only survive, but to like exceed everyone's expectations and come back stronger. I think that's something that I've learned about and continued to want to be as a person and an artist. As far as like artistry wise, my grandma and grandpa used to sing at like Armenian weddings all the time, which everyone else is like every week. It seems like there's always parties going on. So they've just always taught me just to like be free with my singing and to always like never turn down an opportunity. Like any party we had, it was always like, oh, the Yerki, like it was always me singing at parties. So yeah.
Oh, good. Okay. So speak more Armenian. I think people want to know if you speak Armenian.
Yeah. Հայրեն խոսում եմ, բայց հիմա շատ լավ չի, որովհետև like մարդիկ չկան, որ խոսում իրանց հետ։
Okay, how about I ask you a question and you tell me in Armenian. You answer me in Armenian.
Okay? I'll try.
And so քո ծնողները ոնց են իրար հետ ծանոթացել?
Papa's հետ?
Այո.
Papa's համար շատ դժվար է, որովհետև հեշտ հայերեն չի խոսում. Like maybe մի քիչ like giddy, even now he knows like barev, bari Luis, and my favorite is when he says chem uzum. Որովհետև I'm martik mishtan uzum like done like food. There was like, oh, okay, have some more, and he's like chem uzum, and so like that's the one phrase he always says.
That's great. Yeah. So ոնց են իրար հետ ծանոթացել իրանք?
I guess.
Do you want me to say it in English?
No, haskata.
No, haskata. For my listeners, sorry. Oh my gosh, hold on. My mom's like, wait for your listeners. I'm asking Audri, how did your parents meet? So go ahead.
The bros. They've known each other since they were kids, like middle school.
Okay, so in school, they met in school.
Yeah, and they didn't actually get together till college. Actually, like but they didn't like actually get together until.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So Tade wants to know, what was it like growing up with two different cultures, combining them?
Yeah,
for you.
Yeah, it was tough because growing up there was no one else with that mix. Especially there was like Armenians and then like Black people, and like to have them mix, it was like really hard because I didn't know like which side to go to. Because like as like biracial kids, we always feel the need to have to choose a side. And I remember since my morkud raised me raised me up a lot, watched me when my parents and my grandma was at work. I only spoke Armenian in my first couple of years, so my dad and I had to like sign language. So he didn't really understand what I was saying, and he was like, well, I don't know what she's saying. And I'm like, like now we're very close, obviously, but like in the beginning, like we just did not get along very well because like we didn't know how to communicate. So that was really hard. But I think going, obviously to school, you have to learn English, so like eventually it got better. But yeah, it was really difficult trying to merge them, but now that I have both sides, I see it as an advantage and an asset because they're both cultures of survivors and people that exceed people's expectations. So I really have just tried to have, that courage and that strength to continue on and kind of share both sides of my culture to the world.
And I don't mean to be a downer, but I feel like I have to ask this question because I think we learn from mistakes more often than from like happy stories. Yeah. Can you give an example of a really shitty Armenian situation? Oh, where we can like learn from that experience? Yeah.
I remember one time I was in San Diego with my grandma, and my grandma and I were swimming, and there were Armenian ladies in the pool, and Chigiden were high. So they were like,
wait, where was this?
San Diego. I was like,
in Pasadena. Oh, in San Diego. Okay.
Yeah. Chigiden were high. So they were like talking. They're like, oh, look at that girl's hair. Like she looks like a monkey. Blah blah blah. And my grandma like turned. And I was like, excuse me, and they were like, oh, and it's just like things like that. People, they don't expect because I have some color, which is like there are a lot of ranges of Armenians too. There's darker skinned ones and like fair skinned ones. So it was like kind of ignorant to assume that I didn't know anything. But I've had a lot.
Was that you who answered them back or your grandma?
It was my grandma. I was too young at the time, but like
got it. But you heard.
Oh yeah, I understood, and like I was just shocked. I was like this is crazy. Like I'm one of you, and like I just didn't understand why they were like prejudice of my skin tone or my hair and things like that. And so that was like a really hard lesson for me to learn. So I think from then
that was at 2 years old.
Yeah, like 2, 3. So like from then on, like I always have like kind of a guard up. So I'm always kind of like weary just when I meet everyone. And it's come to now, like when I see Armenian people, I want to go like talk to them so that they know I speak Armenian. So like I'll go to the stores and like if I overhear them, I'll like speak to my grandma and be like, "Tatik inch Arnek," and like I'll look at them and know. But yeah, so it's just kind of.
And what are the Armenians' response when you do that?
They're just shocked.
Now
They're shocked. They're like,
they're still shocked.
Yeah, I know that there's like, it's a lot more common now, but I think me being older and a lot of them don't learn Armenian. You know, like even like full Armenians now, like some of them don't speak Armenian anymore, you know, because they're so Americanized. Yeah. So I think they're just shocked that I even like learned the language, even if I am half.
Yeah. Let's talk about the voice.
Oh, yes.
Let's talk about you and your success.
Thank you.
How did you land on the voice?
This should not come to a shocker to anyone if you know my mom. So I was coming back from college on a break, and my mom.
Where's college for you?
I went to Milliken my freshman year. It's in a small town in Illinois, so a lot of people don't know it. I don't even know where it is, honestly. But yeah, so I was coming back on Christmas vacation, and I remember my mom emailing me, and it was like, open call for NBC's The Voice, and she's like, "You want to go?" And I was like, "Mom, like I've done it 3 times before, like it just, I've auditioned 3 times like prior to this." So I was like, "I was not
for The Voice or another town?
For The Voice specifically."
Okay, got it. Why The Voice? Why did you choose The Voice? Some of us are not familiar with The Voice, so like get us acquainted.
Yes. So I just think The Voice, as far as what it does for the artist, is the best. Like I just feel like they care about the artist and the artistry behind it, and it doesn't feel as TV showish. Like they really try to, you know, get coaches that actually care about your voice and how to take it to the next level and the overall package. I think it also does a great job of just focusing on the singing, because like the whole premise of you not seeing the person, it has less of a, oh, they look this way but they sound this way, versus just like, let's hear how they sound and then from there go on. So that's what I like about The Voice.
Okay. Good to know.
So yeah, I was on break, and my mom was like, "I got an email from The Voice," and I was like, so, because I was like heartbroken, like I hadn't gone through 3 times. I was like, oh, forget that. And she was like, "You're going. There's no option." I was like, well, if I have no choice, then I guess I have to go. So she drove us down to Indianapolis, where they had the open call, and yeah, from then on I went through like a few like 3 or 4 producer rounds, and I'm finally on the show. Yeah.
How long did that 3 or 4 producer rounds take?
Girl, like 4 months. Okay. I auditioned January, and we started filming in June. So 5 months.
Ooh.
Yeah. It was.
So did you have to drop out of college?
So I'm currently taking a gap year. I was still in college at the time during that semester, but yeah, I'm taking a gap year right now.
Okay. So now, I shared with my audience your that was your audition,
yes,
right? Your
audition.
first live performance on The Voice.
Yeah.
Where Jennifer Hudson chooses you, obviously. Yeah. I mean, girl, she was so stupid not to. I was like, what did you wait for?
I was so nervous. It was like, it was the last second. Oh, I'm glad. Thank you. I'm really good at learning how to like fake it till I make it. You know, like false confidence. That's Joyce.
That's
you understand
right now.
Right.
This is happening.
Yeah, I know, this is crazy. But yeah, I was just like, you know what? They're just normal people. It's a normal day. I'm just singing. So I was just like pretending that it was like a very like normal event, not like cameras or lights are on me, nothing crazy. Like millions of people.
How many people in the audience? How big is that stage?
Honestly, it seems a lot bigger than it is, but it's really not that big. There's maybe tops 100, 150 people in the audience.
I thought it was little. That's a lot of people.
They crumble it like sardines. They're like,
Okay, so J Hut chooses you, and what does that mean for you? What's happening to you at that moment?
So at the time, it was just like proving myself to not only my family, and that all the hard work that they put into, you know, taking me to dance classes, acting classes, voice lessons, that had paid off, but also proving to myself that after 3 times, like I had finally done it, and like I finally got a chair turn. So it was really cool moment for me to like see all of my dreams kind of come true in front of me in like an instant.
Yeah.
It was like she turned the chair and I was like, it was like the angels like singing from heaven because like I had gone through the entire performance and I was like, oh, it's a bit, I'm done. Like this is not going to happen. And it was reminiscent of, I was on America's Got Talent a few years ago when I was 16. And I had finally gotten in front of like the judges, and at the time it was Heidi Klum, Mel B, Howie, and Howard Stern. And
did you touch him? Did you shake hands with him?
No, because he's a germaphobe. So
you can't. Like, you can't.
Yeah. So Howie and Howard both said no, and the lady said yes. And unfortunately, like if you do your math, that's an F. So I didn't get through that day. So I think this was like, oh, I need to do this to make my dreams come to the next level, because I've been trying, to get in this industry for so long, and I was like, this is really my last chance, even though like that sounds silly considering I was like 19, but
okay, so now that you're chosen, and you're thinking about like all this rejection that you've already gone through, you're like, how is this going to make you just be like, nah, I'm not gonna stop. Like this is, I'm destined to do this. I'm really like talented. Like I have a gift that I need to share. Like, are you there mentally?
Yeah, I think at this point, especially during this gap year, I'm just trying to like pursue it full-fledged at this point, because I have the platform now that I can start, reaching out to people, making my own music, and that's something that I think is setting my experience apart as far as like now from a year ago. A year ago I was in college. I didn't even know who to reach out to, like what I could do, and now I have people that I can talk to. And I think another thing that's important is to be able to reach to my Armenian side as well, and going that international route too. My Baki just said the exact same thing. Let's go. So yeah, I think it's about reaching out to every side of me, and being that I am half Armenian, like going to Armenia and doing concerts there, like that's something that I would love to do. And as far as like the Velvet Revolution and being a part of like those kinds of things, and just being part of the movement in Armenia.
Now let me ask you this, because you brought it back to Armenia, and I had a question that popped up in my head, which is not having the Armenian last name.
Yeah.
How do you wish? What do you want? How do you want Armenians to know you? Do you want Armenians to know you? How can the Armenian community help you?
Yeah, it's really hard because I don't have the Armenian last name, but I think just making sure that I continue to, just for the right of Armenia, continue to like share those things. And, every April 24th, my family would like take the day off, and we'd like try to go to as many like rallies and marches when we lived in LA. Unfortunately, we can't do that now because in Missouri there are none, but maybe like looking into starting something like that. And I just really want to not be a face, but definitely someone in like that revolution, especially in the young people, that can lead it and show that no matter who you are, what skin color you are, you can still be a part of that change. And that's something that I think Armenians, even though our number may not seem that big, I think that there are so much power in our numbers, that we like are a type of people that stick together and love to support each other. And so that's definitely something that I think is an advantage.
I don't see the thing. And I know this is not like an advice show, but
yes, please, advice.
Like the 30-something in me was like, I don't think that you not having an Armenian last name should by any means discourage you from being Armenian or speaking of being Armenian at all.
Yeah.
At all. Because I think that majority of the people don't know that Armenian last names end in IAN or YAN, right? Like people don't know that.
Yeah.
So for you to step up in a very international platform and say you're Armenian, that's only in a very small community of people who get that. Yeah. So that shouldn't discourage you by no means, like whatsoever. I want to share a story. I don't know why. Since we started with the soorj, I've been wanting to share the story. It just wasn't an appropriate time, but right now it is. So I have a Jewish friend who's married to an Irish man, okay? And they came over to our house, and my mom made them Armenian soorj. And then we were doing the coffee reading, and my Jewish friend was fascinated. She was like, I'm obsessed with this. I want to do this at home.
Yeah.
So my mom and I, we went to Glendale. We bought her the jezva. We bought her the cups, the set.
The whole thing.
We bought her the Armenian coffee, the whole set. We gave it to her. So she's, she has it in her kitchen counter. She has friends visiting from Las Vegas, and her husband's Italian. I don't know. At the time, I didn't know what Michelle was. Yeah. So whatever. But her husband's very Italian, right? So I would have assumed Michelle was Italian as well. And so she's at our friend's house, and Michelle says, Andrea, what are you doing with this? She sees the jazba. And Andrea says, oh, my friends are Armenian, and have you ever tried Armenian coffee? I have it. I'm going to make it for you, and then we can try to pretend like we can read each other's cups. And Michelle says, no, I'm very aware. And Andrea's like, you are? She's like, my mom is Armenian.
Okay.
And she's like, and Andrea goes, what? And Andrea's like, I've known her for years. Yeah. And she's like, yeah, my mom is Armenian. My dad is German. And so she had I don't know what Michelle's last name is, but she had a German last name. And so from there I thought, I wonder why, it's opportunities like that moment where Michelle was like, wait a minute, but this whole time they've been friends, and she's never kind of, so if I were Michelle, I would have been walking around and hey, what are we doing? He's like, something constantly talking about
Armenian, in case you forgot. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I'm Armenian. And that's one thing that I wanted to share on the show, but networks have other ideas about how they want to market you. So, but that was definitely something that was definitely part of my package. It was talking about that I was African American and Armenian, and that was something I wanted to get across, but it didn't make the cut. But yeah, that's definitely something that I always tell people. I'm like, I'm Armenian. They're like, you are? I'm like, yeah. They're like, speak, and I'm like, okay, this isn't.
Who usually gets shocked by you are? Is it non-Armenians or Armenians?
That's a good question. I feel like Armenians are shocked when I speak. Non-Armenians are just shocked that I'm Armenian, period. I think that's what it is. Because most people think I'm like a Latina of some sort. They just don't know. They don't know.
Everybody thinks I'm Mexican, don't worry.
Yeah.
Which
my mom
I love.
is too, which is very interesting.
Yeah. I mean, I trust me, don't get me wrong. I don't mind being Mexican one bit. Latinas are beautiful. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay.
But exactly. Okay, so finally, tell me, let's really go step by step. How can Armenians help you during this journey on The Voice? How does The Voice work? Is it votes? Is it YouTube views? What is it that is going to help you while you are on The Voice?
So the battle rounds just ended this past week, I'm sorry. So Monday and Tuesday, and unfortunately I lost my battle. So at this point, there's really nothing that they can do as far as voting is concerned. But I think just making sure that, the YouTube views are still doing well, because I think that has a big impact on oh, she has a lot of views. So clearly this is something that, was good.
Okay. So how do we know when there's a new YouTube video to watch?
If you go to my Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook, my Facebook is Audri Bartholomew. My Instagram and Twitter are both Audri__B. I definitely will keep everyone up to date on those. Also, my YouTube is Audri Bartholomew. But I think just being able to say that I am Armenian and say it proudly, it already garners attention, and it's just great to have that force behind me and knowing that I can count on my fellow Armenians to bring support, which is definitely something that I've always found. Oh yes, and my website is audrib.com. Thanks, stuff.
Is Anahit your grandma?
Yes, Anahit Pakanyan, love her.
Hi, Grandma. Hi, Tati.
Hi, Tati.
Is she your #1 fan, or your mom is?
Ooh, that's a good question. I think it's my grandma. Tati, Mish Latima. Like Lusuma, she's like, Kochter Dinonis. John.
Aww.
Yeah. She always calls
So
me her
sweet.
Olive. It's so cute. I love her. Yeah.
Did she move with you guys, or is she
Yeah.
still
Yeah.
at West Coast?
She lives with us. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh
Oh my gosh.
This is the best, having an Armenian grandma on the live. Audri
Aref John, me like Mish. Every time I wake up, she's like Aref John. I'm like, I know.
Okay, so yeah, so the huge support that you feel, the knowing that the Armenian community has your back and supporting you is what is most crucial to you.
What's more crucial to me? I think making sure that I represent our people well is really important to me.
What does that mean to you? Represent it well. How do you support it well?
I just think bringing awareness. I feel like as an Armenian, I'll never obviously be fully satisfied being an American citizen until like it's acknowledged by the government that the Armenian genocide occurred, you know? So that's definitely something that's always been like a main goal of mine, is making sure that that is acknowledged. Okay, thoughts. So that's definitely something.
You can sing in Armenian too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's just something that I really wanted to, I don't know, so be like that spokesperson and get that across. Because it's obviously been tried a lot and to no avail. Like, it hasn't been like very successful. We've obviously gotten progress, but you know, that's not enough for me. So I just want to continue getting you know, that representation, because a lot of people, I feel like, forget about the Armenian community in America. So I just want to continue you know, sharing our culture with others.
Yeah. Well, you're such a sweet angel. I love you. You're so sweet.
Thank you.
I love that.
Yeah, I do sing.
So proud of you.
Yeah, I see some comments. They're like, "Do you sing?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I sing in Armenian."
Yes. Do you want to sing something?
I wish I could, but I'm under contract still, so I can't. But
okay. So you can't even sing anything in Armenian. Nothing. Okay.
But if you look on my YouTube, there's like videos of me singing the Armenian national anthem, and
that would have been good.
Yeah.
But girl, let me tell you, I know about those contracts.
Thank you, because you know how American works.
I'm very familiar with those contracts, and you know what? Good, proud of you. Don't break it. Do your thing, and we got your back. Congratulations.
Appreciate it.
So tell us, when is the next episode so we can tune in, or do you not know yet?
I don't know yet. Like you see, like on YouTube, they made like a montage of everyone that went on Monday, so that's something you can watch. Other than that, everything else, like other opportunities and stuff, will be on my website and my social medias, and hopefully I can be able to sing soon. That way I can sing at like Armenian events as well.
Sweet. So Tade just asked a question and said, have you ever been to Armenia?
No, I haven't. That's like next on my list. When I was supposed to turn 16, my grandma was supposed to take me, but she's like, it's so far. How can I do it? And I was like, we'll figure it out, thoughts. So hopefully we'll be going soon. Because I would like to visit like all the marketplaces and like where my grandma's from. So for sure.
Yeah, that's gonna be amazing. So when does The Voice return? So like what month?
Mondays and Tuesdays. Every Monday and Tuesday.
When does it start back up?
It's every
week. Yeah. Every week, so Monday and Tuesday.
Yep.
What time for?
It's 8, 7 Central. So 8 Eastern, 7 Central, and then 8 o'clock Pacific.
Okay, there you go. And we'll link that up. We'll post all that information. But I'm reading some of the comments. It's not that many questions. It's more of like, proud of her. She's great.
Thanks,
like,
guys.
So everybody loves you.
Thank you.
Everybody loves you, and so proud of you. Again, congratulations. And Dukhov.
Of course. Dukhov, let's go. Hi, Astan.
This is amazing. All right. You're awesome. Mwah.
Thank you.
Thank you. This is an amazing first live.
I feel so lucky to be like an honor to be the first guest. Thank you.
Yeah, launched it. You launched it. I was like, I gotta do this now. We'll rush it. rush it through. All right, thank you so much, and I can't wait to continue to watch you and see you grow. Okay, and have you back on.
Yes, of course. Anytime you want me, hopefully I can
next time you're coming as the winner.
Yes.
Woo! Okay.
All right.
All right. Okay. Love you. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye. Bye. Ah, she's the best. I just, Mom, do you not love her?
I love her.
You know what okay, so I'm actually very happy that I did this blindly, that I didn't get to talk to her, because now I have this like high, like I'm so excited about how the conversation went, who she is, and she just brought a lot of like really amazing energy, and I love what she said about continuing the conversation and not being content being an American citizen until the Armenian genocide is recognized, and saying how she wants to be a positive role model for Armenians, and how she wants to go back to Armenia and perform there and be part of the community. Like, I just love how she has this relationship with her grandma.
And she's an amazing singer.
And she has this talent, like God-given talent. Sorry, you guys, I keep looking over there because this is what I would do once the cameras go off. Like, I would just start listening to my mom all this stuff. So I'm just doing it live with you guys. But what an amazing soul.
Yeah.
God. Okay. Well, the first live podcast of the Armenian Report was a success thanks to Audri Bartholomew. Jan? I'm kidding. I'm kidding. She is Audri Bartholomew, okay? I'm just so proud of her. Congratulations. And I don't know when the next episode of the Armenian Report is going to be. It's not on a consistent basis. This is not the official setup, because it's in the works. I'm growing it. I'm working it. So what I want to say to you is, if you are someone who is working or understands the TV production world, someone in the social media world, someone in the business world, I'm putting together a team. So reach out to me. There are multiple ways of reaching out to me. You can reach out to me via email, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Trust me, I'm not that hard to get a hold of. So get a hold of me, and let's talk, because I've already begun to talk to a lot of people about this project, and I'm putting together a team. So if you are working in production, you're a producer, you're a director, you have a stage, you have coffee, it doesn't matter. Soorj or Jude, bring it on. Reach out to me, and let's make this happen, because like I said, we need this. Someone said to me, how come they've got the Young Turks and we don't have anything for the Armenians? I was like, I got you, boo. Let's do this. So that's what we're doing here, okay? So reach out to me and let's make this happen. I really appreciate all the love and all the support that I've been getting. I'm blown away by the immense support from the community and the interest. Like, the interest is unbelievable. So I think that, I know that this is possible, and I know that this is going to take off, and I know that there are really exciting topics and conversations to talk about. And I love the live aspect of it, because I want, again, the audience to be involved in the conversation live with us. So if you have ideas, if you want to pitch, you want to participate, I'm open. Bring it. It's a blank canvas. Let's fill it up. Okay? So have a great rest of the weekend. And find yourself someone to read your soorj cup, okay? Because this one over here is going to tell me there's a tzitik in there again. So every night there's a tzitik in my cup. Okay? Come on, Claude. I don't know what that means. Okay, bye you guys. Thanks so much again. Bye.